Question 16, it says work out the equation of the line that is parallel to the line y equals 5x minus 3 and passes through the point minus 2 minus 4. So what we should know about equations of straight lines is that they are always in the form y equals mx plus c. And the m represents a number in front of x, and that number is the gradient. And the c, the number on its own, is the y-intercept, where it crosses the y-axis. So in the line that they're given us, we can see that the gradient is 5 and the y-intercept is minus 3. Now, in the question it says that the line is parallel, or the line that we want is parallel to this line, and what we need to appreciate is that parallel means that it has the same gradient. If I drew a line and I said that that line had a gradient of 5, my parallel line would also need to have a gradient of 5. If it had a gradient of 6, for example, it would be steeper, and then they won't be parallel. So I know my gradient has to be 5 because it's parallel. So I could start off writing my equation as y equals 5x, and now I need to work out what c is. So I'm going to write plus c because I don't know what that is. Now it says it passes through the point minus 2 minus 4, and the equation should be able to generate these points. So this coordinate should satisfy this equation. So with the coordinate, I can see my x coordinate, the first number is minus 2, and the y coordinate is minus 4. If I pop that into this, I can then work out what c is. So y, which is minus 4, equals 5 lots of x, so that's 5 lots of minus 2, plus something. And then if I then work this out, I can then say that minus 4 equals minus 10 plus c. I want to get c on its own. I'm going to take that, move it onto the other side, and change the sign. So I'm adding 10 to both sides. Minus 4 plus 10 is 6. So therefore 6 is c. Okay, putting this together, I know that's my equation. So my answer will be y equals 5x plus 6, and that's for 3 marks. Compare that with what the mark scheme wants. If you state the gradient is 5, so for example you wrote something like y equals 5x, you would get 1 mark. If you then attempted to find out what c was by putting it into this form here, then you get the 2nd mark. That's what this line here means. And the 3rd mark, it said it would be for y equals 5x plus 6, or you could have written equivalent equation, but you don't need to do that. That bit there will give you 3 marks.